Hi, and welcome to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is August 9th, and we're on page 27 in your magazines. And today we have a guided composition exercise for you, and it's got a picture with it. Our topic and title today is conflict management.
中文标题是冲突与争执啊，那其实这个 management 是处理的意思啊，所以怎么样处理冲突 conflict 是冲突啊。那这个字顺便告诉各位一下，这个字很有趣啊。这个 flict 这个字的字根是 strike， 是打的意思，敲打的意思。所以 conflict 就 comes together 嘛，所以什么叫 conflict？ 大家打在一起啊，所以有冲突了。好，那另外有两个字，各位可能另外有一个字，各位会常看到，就 inflict。好，这个字稍微难一点，但 inflict 它是使遭受痛苦，
或者施加于
的意思。因为那个 inflict 那个 in 是 on 的意思啊，所以就是怎么样 strike on 就打在你身上，就是使你痛苦，施加于什么什么。那我刚刚另外一个比较少见的字，但是顺便一起背 afflict。好 afflict 它是使痛苦的意思，那个 a 是 to 的意思，所以也是一样 to strike 就是去打你去 K 你，这三个字一起背啊，那这个事半功倍。
Right, yeah. To be afflicted, for example, with the flu.
哦，那就是这个受到流行性感冒的感染啊。那你如果考试的时候用 afflicted 这个字用出来的话，岳军老师就这个学生程度很好哦。
But we might not use the flu, depending on how serious it is, because if you're afflicted with something, it's usually pretty serious. So it could also be a respiratory problem. It could be cancer. Usually it's something more serious.
Yeah, 不过用流行性感冒呢，你要感冒的很严重才能用它的 afflict 啊，因为 afflict 这个字通常后面都是比较严重的东西啊，可能有时候可能呼吸系统可能出问题，或者甚至于癌症啊什么，你会用 afflict。That's
right. However, I was thinking of some examples of people who have actually died from the flu.
Oh, that's true.
Because some forms of the flu are really serious.
Yeah.
So in any case, to be afflicted with, it's something pretty serious.
好，所以to be afflicted with something 啊，尤其是一个严重的东西或者严重的病啊什么啊，这个可以学起来。那你就从这个字根去学，很方便的。
Okay, what do we have to do?
好，提示部分他说，人与人相处的时候，难免会发生一些摩擦，甚至产生冲突或者是争执啊，请你以此为主题啊，写一篇英文作文，文长120个单词。第一段叙述一下你所看过、亲身经历过最严重或者是最令你难忘的冲突啊，那以及呢，在何种情况下起了这个冲突。那第二段说明一下这个冲突最后如何解决啊，那以及你对这个冲突的感想，或者是在里面学到了什么样的教训。
And we've got kind of a cute little picture here of two little kids who are turned away from each other.They're apparently not talking to each other.
好，所以我们看到这个图里面的这两个小孩很可爱哈，这个彼此头都撇到另外一边去哈，他们显然是不讲话了，吵架了。
Let's look at our outline in English. We're going to ask ourselves the following questions. We're going to use one of the W's and the one H, namely what plus how. So, what is our first question? What is the most serious or unforgettable conflict you have ever seen or experienced?
好，你所看过或者经历过 experienced 啊，经历过的最严重 the most serious 啊，还有最无法忘记的 unforgettable 的这个冲突 conflict 是什么呢？
What's your reaction to this question, Wesley? Do you really want to talk about the most serious conflict that you've had in your life in a composition like this?
I probably have already forgot about it or tried to forget.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to talk about things like for people fighting over a will or divorce or all kinds of other stuff or depression in the family? I mean, there are so many bad things that can cause conflicts in a family. I personally would not want to put that in the composition for a test.
所以呢，这个人的一生一定会有很多大大小小的冲突啊。那其实有些冲突你可能不太愿意去谈的啊。那事实上，我觉得我自己来讲，我刚刚一开始说我都忘了啊，因为其实很多冲突我只要学到那个教训，那冲突的内容其实我是觉得不要去一直回想，因为你每次想，每次生气，每次难过，其实没有什么必要。
Yeah, no point. We have to look to the future.
Yeah.
But also there are some pretty deep wounds, I think, in all of us. You know, family-related things or whatever. This may not be the best time to talk about it. And also it's kind of an invasion of privacy.
啊，所以呢，这个虽然说题目这样问了哈，但是其实你不一定要去真的去谈到那些啊，让你内心可能受到某些伤害的一些东西啊，因为这样一篇作文里面，尤其如果考试出这个作文的话啊，你也许不用讲到那么深的东西去。
The reason I say this is because in the past we've interviewed students and asked them about their families. And then they start talking about some really serious things like alcoholism and gambling and desertion and You don't need to get into that.Yeah,
那 Karen 老师会这么说呢，是因为这个以前可能有的口试里面可能会问到学生说你谈谈你的家里啊，你家里有没有什么问题啊什么的。你可能本来只是一个很简单的问题，可是有的学生可能他的人生际遇不一样，他一谈到这个问题，他可能会谈到一些很深的问题，他可能家里有人酗酒啊，或者是一天到晚吵架啊什么的，
赌博。那
这个时候你可能就觉得哎呦，好像问得太 personal， 因为这种事情在一个口试里面其实不是一个适合让人谈到这么emotional 的东西的地方。
Personal.
Personal, yeah.
I just say this as a kind of a warning. So when you see questions like this, answer the question, but you don't have to take it too literally because I don't think they mean to have anybody dig out any deep spiritual wounds or anything.
Yeah, 所以这个 Karen 老师他的重点是说，各位看到这样的题目的话呢，你不一定要说我来想想看，我这一生里面最严重的冲突是什么？你也许不用这么严肃的看待它，你可能就想一个可能你觉得还蛮严重的一个，甚至于你假想一个 situation 都可以就是不需要让自己这个到时候一边流泪一边写这篇作文。
They're not entitled to that information. Okay, now we've got that behind us. Let's move on. The next one is how. How was the conflict solved?
那这个冲突是怎么解决的呢？所以解决冲突你可以用 solve 这个动词你也可以用 resolve R-E-S-O-L-V-E 你也可以 resolve a conflict.
And that's probably better.
那也许这是更好的一个字因为 solve 的话你会 solve a question那
solve an equation.
solve an equation 这个解出一个方程式那 resolve 的话感觉起来是更准一点那有的时候你也可以 settle a conflict 不过 settle a conflict 有时候感觉起来只是把它 settle
right
也许没有真的解决
That's right. Everybody can accept it and they move on.
Yeah 所以这几个字都可以用。
All right. And finally, we have what? We have two what questions. What were your feelings about this conflict?
那你的感觉关于这个 conflict 你的感觉是怎么样呢？
And what did you learn from this conflict? And it's interesting because that's what Wesley focuses on. What you can learn from it. You learn the stuff in there that can help you improve your life in the future and then leave the rest behind.
Yeah, 我觉得这个其实最重要了就是有 conflict 或者各位我觉得不管你有什么不愉快的经验你应该是记得是从那经验里面学到的东西不需要一天到晚就 dwell on 一天到晚就去想那个不愉快的经验。
You can't change the past.
Yeah, 因为过去就过去了你最重要就是像刚刚 Karen 老师讲你要 move on 那 move on 的话但是你如果说发生什么事情都不管我就继续 move on 那也是以后一定会发生类似的事情所以你要汲取教训学会那个 lesson 然后再 move on.
That's right. Okay, next we have an outline in Chinese.
好，那接下来呢这个我们看到大纲中文的大纲那第一段叙述一下你所看过亲身经历过最严重或者最令你难忘的冲突你例如说你可以说我跟小我2岁的弟弟呢曾经一度处不好那每当我嘲笑他糟糕的学校成绩的时候呢他就会叫我书呆子所以两个人一个功课很好一个功课不好那功课好的笑功课不好那当然功课不好就会说你是书呆子
You know, that's one of the major conflicts in the world in politics right now is those two groups of people.Oh, the nerds and then everybody else.
Yeah, 这个现在政治上面，尤其在这个美国政治上，可能更清楚、更
really
严重
serious.
就是一个阵营是大家都叫 the nerd， 就你们这些所谓的知识分子就是书呆子另外一部分呢就是 practical 我们书也许读得没你好，可是我们会解决事情，我们把事情弄得很好，可是彼此看不顺眼。
Yeah, that's right.
好，所以呢，这个有一段时间我们彼此都不跟对方说话。那第二段呢，说明一下这个冲突最后是如何解决的以及你对于这个冲突的感想，或者是你在其中学到了什么教训那你可以说后来呢我就读了一本书那这个书就帮助我改变了对于弟弟的态度，所以我就去称赞他能够交到很多朋友，而且呢鼓励他多花一点时间在课业上面那这对我们双方而言呢都是一个双赢的局面。
So now let's render it into English. To render something is 用英文把它呈现出来的意思。
Render, R-E-N-D-E-R.
Right, let's render it into English. For our first paragraph, for a time I didn't get along with my younger brother, who is 2 years my junior.
好 for a time 就是有一段时间I didn't get along with 就是我跟谁处不好叫 I didn't get along with. 那我跟谁处不好呢？跟我的 younger brother 我弟弟处不好。然后我弟弟怎么样？是 2 years my junior 这是一种说法，就是他比我小2岁，叫做 she is 或者he is who is 2 years my junior。
And that's a pretty formal way of saying it. In colloquial speech, we would usually say, who's 2 years younger than me.
那这个他这个是说比较formal 的用法，那口语里面直接会说who is 2 years younger than me.
A, he always goes out with friends, while I tend to stay at home and concentrate on my studies.
好，那这一句就说他通常这 always 是他总是
一天到晚
一天到晚的意思。对，这个 always 其实可以翻，就以后各位看到一天到晚这个其实可以用 always 来翻的。
Because they're both kind of an exaggeration. 一天到晚 is an exaggeration in Chinese, and always is in English.
所以两个都是怎么样？都是 exaggeration 就是两个都是蛮夸张的，所以用来彼此可以互相翻译好，然后他 always 一天到晚 goes out with 跟谁出去呢？跟朋友出去。那我呢 tend to 我通常或者我往往often tend to 就是 often 的意思。我往往 stay at home 待在家里面，然后呢 concentrate on my studies 就专心我的学业，专心我的课业。
B, whenever I laughed at his poor academic performance, he would call me a nerd. And this also is worth paying attention to because Wesley was just describing this kind of conflict we have between the two sides, the nerds and everybody else. It often creates envy. So you think you're so hot because, and so this is what's going on. When you call people names, it's often out of envy.
Yeah, 那这个 call people names 就是骂他们或者这个讲一些他们，其实主要就是骂他们的意思。
给他个小名，something that you can use to laugh at them.
你给他一个小名，就是用来取笑他、骂他那种感觉所以这个地方他说 ，whenever 不管什么时候呢 ，I laughed at 我取笑他的 poor 很糟糕的 academic performance 就是学业的表现学业表现叫 academic performance。那 he would 他就会这都是用来表示过去常常发生的事情所以 he would 他就会怎样呢 ？call me a nerd 他就会叫我书呆子。
C. Gradually, we began to resent each other, and I didn't talk to him for a period of time.
Gradually 就是慢慢的我们开始 resent 就是讨厌each other 我们彼此就讨厌对方。然后呢 I didn't talk to him 我没有跟他讲话 for a period of time 有一段时间我没有跟他讲话。
Right. What is resent?
resent 其实中文查字典他可能跟你讲憎恨但其实他没有到憎恨的地步，他只是讨厌那种，因为 resent 是感觉嘛这一个 sentiment， 那 re 就是 back 或者 again， 所以看到他你会觉得有想要退那种感觉，就是不喜欢跟他在一起。
Maybe 怀恨 is closer.
Yeah,
something like that. But I would avoid using hate. Hate is an extremely strong word, and I don't think I use it much at all. When I was a kid, in American English, we exaggerate a lot. And when we're upset with somebody, maybe they said something unkind about you, you might say, oh, I hate her, I hate him. We weren't even thinking about what we were saying. And then I realized, my father said to me, are you listening to yourself? Do you hear what you're saying? Like, I'm so mad I could kill her. We say stuff like that all the time when I was a kid. When my father said that, I thought, you know, you're right. I wasn't even thinking. I was speaking without thinking about what I was saying. So ever since then, and I thank my father for that, I really avoid that kind of exaggeration. I try to anyway. I was so mad I could kill them. I hate her. Just don't say it. Because even you think, oh, that's just the way people talk. Don't you talk that way. Hate especially is a really strong word. Now we're having a lot of problems with hate speech. And it creates serious problems.
好，所以呢，这个hate 这个字，各位要记得就它在英文里面其实是一个很强的字。好，所以各位不要随便用这个 hate 这个字那我刚刚 Karen 老师那讲的，其实我记得我有看过一部电影我已经忘了电影什么，但是我记得那里面就是那个女儿对着她爸爸讲，她爸爸其实很爱这个女儿，可是那女儿很叛逆，然后有一次那女儿对她爸爸讲说 I hate you， 然后那个爸爸非常的受伤。
That is so wounding. When you hear it, it will make you feel so bad. It's so hurtful.
你就看得出来那个爸爸非常受伤，然后这个后来就当然没有时间讲，但是后来的这个事情就有很大转变，他爸爸整个态度完全转变，因为他女儿讲的那句话。所以要小心这个地方用 resent 就可以了resent 它只是感觉比较强调那个情绪上面那种
也有一点委屈的感觉。It's sort of like you did something that's unfair, and I don't like what you did. Yeah, but hate is really personal.
Yeah, 所以要注意hate 是很强的一个字很 personal. 尤其现在网络上有所谓的 hate speech 那个就是怀恨在心讲出来一些话，那个都很伤人的。
We need a big cultural change. This is not sustainable. We have to change that. Okay, Paragraph 2. Then I read a book that helped change my attitude toward my brother.
好，然后我就读了一本书，这本书帮我改变了我的对于我太太对于我这个 brother 的态度哈 ，my attitude toward my brother 对于我弟弟的这个态度。
A, the book suggested I try to encourage him rather than insult him, and this is great advice.
好，那这本书呢，他建议我试着鼓励我的这个弟弟哈，而不要 insult， 不要去侮辱他哈，不要讲话去这个侮辱他，让他觉得听起来很不高兴。
B, I not only complimented my brother's sociability, but encouraged him to spend more time on his schoolwork.
Compliment 就是称赞哈，那我不但称赞啊，这个我弟弟的 sociability 就是他的 quality of being social 啊，所以他这么会交朋友，我就称啊你很厉害啊，你这么会交朋友，
善于社交
啊，然后呢，我不但这样，而且我鼓励他 encouraged him 啊。Encourage someone to do something 我 encourage 他 to spend more time 花更多的时间花在哪里呢 on his schoolwork 啊，在他学业上面多花点时间啊，所以说你很棒哦，你这么善于社交，不过呢你如果能够在课堂学业上再多花一点时间那就更好了啊，他这样听起来就比较舒服了。
C, now we're closer than ever.
好，那结果就是我们现在呢比以前更加的亲密了 Now we're closer than ever.In
our concluding sentence, it's a win-win situation for both of us.
好，那结论就是这是一个双赢的局面 a win-win situation 啊 for both of us 对我们两个人来讲都是双赢。
And here's our first model composition. For a time, I did not get along with my younger brother, who is 2 years my junior. Although we are siblings, our personalities are poles apart. Basically, he is an outgoing person, while I tend to be a homebody.He enjoys hanging out with friends, but I prefer to stay home and focus on my studies. As a result, my academic performance was far better than his. Whenever I laughed at his poor performance at school, he would call me a nerd. Angry feelings built up between us, and we weren't on speaking terms for a while. Then I read a book that helped change my attitude toward my brother. It taught me that encouragement rather than humiliation is the best way to inspire greatness.I decided to try out this approach on my brother. I began by praising him for his ability to make a lot of friends, which he really appreciated. Next, I encouraged him to spend more time on his schoolwork. He listened and ended up showing considerable improvement in his school performance. Now we're closer than ever. It's a win-win situation for both of us. Back to the beginning. For a time, I did not get along with my younger brother, who is 2 years my junior.
好，这一句跟我们前面一模一样。
Although we are siblings, our personalities are poles apart.
好 ，siblings 就是手足哈 ，a brother or sister。所以虽然我们是兄弟啊，在这里是这个意思。那我们的个性 are poles apart 啊 ，to be poles apart 就是 to have nothing in common 啊，好像南北极一样啊，分得开的，完全没有交集。
That's interesting because you don't really have siblings in Chinese. I guess 手足 can also mean sisters.
Yeah.
I usually think of it as brothers. Do you?No,
手足 can mean sisters.
Okay, but it's also quite formal, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And we don't use it often.
That much. But I guess that's the best translation because siblings includes 兄弟姐妹, everybody.
Yeah.
Basically, he is an outgoing person, while I tend to be a homebody.
好，基本上呢，他是一个外向的人 outgoing 啊，而我呢比较是一个 homebody 就喜欢待在家里的人。
He enjoys hanging out with friends, but I prefer to stay home and focus on my studies.
他喜欢 hang out with 就是 spend time relaxing or enjoying something 哈，那 with friends， 所以我很喜欢跟朋友在一起哈，这个 relax 啊 enjoy something 啊，但是呢他是这样子喜欢跟朋友在一起，而我呢比较喜欢待在家里面专心学业。
Remember that to hang out with is very, very colloquial.
好，这个是非常口语的一种说法。
As a result, my academic performance was far better than his.
好，那结果就是我的学业成绩呢was far better 啊，好很多 than his， 比他的学业成绩好很多。
Whenever I laughed at his poor performance at school, he would call me a nerd.
好，那这个句子我们前面也看过了。
Angry feelings built up between us, and we weren't on speaking terms for a while.
好，那生气的那种愤怒的感觉啊 ，built up 就是慢慢的累积哈，更越来越严重的意思哈 ，between us。然后呢，we weren't on speaking terms， 就是我们彼此不讲话哈。To be on 什么 terms 就是处于什么状态，好，所以 not on speaking terms 就是我们没有处在说话的状态，也就是我们彼此不说话了。
冷战中。Then I read a book that helped change my attitude toward my brother.
好，这句我们看过了。
It taught me that encouragement rather than humiliation is the best way to inspire greatness, and humiliation is a really, really lousy way to try and influence somebody.
Yeah, 好，所以 humiliation 是这个羞辱，好，所以这个书里面教我呢，鼓励啊，而不是羞辱，才是 inspire greatness 激发卓越的最好的方法。
By humiliating someone, you just make them want to lash back at you.
啊，你羞辱别人，你只会让对方想要这个报仇而已。
Right, lash back at LASH. I decided to try out this approach on my brother.
好，那 try out 就试试看，然后试什么呢？试这个 approach 这个方法，在谁身上试呢 ？On my brother， 注意那介系词。
I began by praising him for his ability to make a lot of friends, which he really appreciated.
那我怎么开始呢 ？I began by praising him， 就是称赞他。好 ，praise somebody for something， 所以我称赞他 for 为什么而称赞他呢 ？For his ability to make a lot of friends， 他可以交很多朋友，我觉得这个能力很棒，我就称赞他。那他呢 ，really appreciated appreciated 这个在这里是表示感激其实就是表示他听了很高兴的意思啦听了就他就觉得很高兴那种感觉。
Next, I encouraged him to spend more time on his schoolwork.
好，然后呢，我就鼓励他多花点时间在他学业上。
He listened and ended up showing considerable improvement in his school performance.
他听了我的话 listened， 而且呢 ended up showing 就是他最后显示出来什么呢 considerable 就是很大的很显著的notably large 的这个 improvement 他的进步在他的 school performance 有进步了很大进步。
Now we're closer than ever.
现在我们比以前更亲近了。
It's a win-win situation for both of us.
我们两个人都双赢了。
We have a second composition for you here, but not a lot of time, so we're going to go through it fairly quickly, and here it is. It is a common occurrence for people to clash with each other at times. However, if conflict is not kept in check, it can easily cause trouble for both sides. One Friday evening, after I arrived home from school, it occurred to me that I needed to attend a friend's birthday party at a restaurant downtown. Because I was running late, I hailed a taxi to take me to my destination. I told the taxi driver to take a shortcut I knew. He said that since it was rush hour, that route would take more time. Instead, he went another way, which irritated me because I was impatient to join in the fun. It was not long before we were at each other's throats. I refused to pay the fare, and we ended up detouring to a police station to settle our problem. At the station, a female police officer came up to ask what had happened between us. After learning the cause of our dispute, she dismissed it as a trivial matter and asked me to pay the taxi fare and leave. I had to hire another taxi, but unfortunately I got caught in a traffic jam for almost an hour. By the time I arrived at the venue, the party was almost over. I regretted fighting with that taxi driver and learned the lesson of keeping my anger in check.
OK， 好，那前面一开始他说 It is a common occurrence， 就是这件事情是常发生的事情occurrence 是发生的事情。什么事常发生呢 ？For people to 人们还会 clash with 就是起冲突跟 each other 彼此之间会起冲突at times 就 sometimes， 所以人与人之间偶尔起冲突是很常发生的事情不过呢，他说如果这个 conflict is not kept in check， 如果没有控制住的话呢，它常常可以很容易的就 cause trouble 造成麻烦for both sides 两方都会有麻烦所以他就有一天礼拜五的下午呢after I arrived home from school 我已经放学到了家了然后 it occurred to me 就我突然想到我需要参加一个朋友的 birthday party 在一个 restaurant 但是那个是在市区那因为呢 I was running late 我快要来不及了所以 I hailed a taxi 大家可以学起来我拦了一辆计程车那个动词可以用 hail H-A-I-L 我拦了一辆计程车呢带我去我的目的地这个 take me to my destination 那我告诉这个 taxi driver 说你可以 take a shortcut 一个抄一个短路抄个捷径 I knew 我知道了捷径那这个计程车司机呢他不同意他说因为那个时候已经是 it was rush hour 已经是这个尖峰时期了所以 that route 或者 that route 那条路呢 would take more time 会花更多时间Instead 他就没听我的他就 went another way 就走另外一条路了那这样的做法呢 irritated me 就让我觉得很不爽我觉得不高兴因为 I was impatient 我很等不及我要 join the fun 我等不及要去跟大家一起去玩乐了好下一段他说没多久呢我们就 we were at each other's throats 就是 we were arguing angrily 的意思啊，就我们好像彼此抓了对方的脖子哈，这个在你给我闭嘴什么之类的哈，在吵得很厉害。I refused to pay the fare, and we ended up detouring to a police station to settle our problem. 啊，所以 I refused to 我拒绝 pay the fare 就是车钱，我拒绝付车钱。好，然后呢 we ended up 最后结果我们就 detour 就是绕这个改道啊，改道到哪里去呢？去一个警察局啊，来 settle our problem， 所以两个人就直接到警察局去处理这个问题。那在这个警察局 at the station 啊，各位注意看到前面是 a police station， 但是因为前面提过了，所以在这里它是 at the station 啊，变成定冠词了。那因为女警官呢上来问说发生什么事情了？你们两个之间是什么事啊？好，那在他 learning 在这里就是 knowing 啊，他知道了 the cause of our dispute， 我们彼此争吵的原因之后呢 ，she dismissed it as to dismiss something as 就是觉得某样东西不值得，没有那么严重啦不用在意啦所以这件事情没有那么在意，你就把它当作是个 a trivial matter， 它本来就是个就是认为它是个很小的事情，鸡毛蒜皮的事，
小事一桩
a trivial matter。然后呢，警察就 asked me， 他就要我怎么样付钱，然后呢 leave 就走了啊。然后呢，我必须要 hire another taxi， 我必须要再雇一辆计程车。好，但是很不幸的，下面这个也很好用 ，got caught in a traffic jam 啊，我在这个陷入的车阵当中碰到塞车了，而且呢是 for almost an hour， 塞了将近1个小时。好，等他到了那个 venue， 就是那个舞会的会场叫 venue 啊，这个到舞会会场的时候呢，不或者是 party 的会场，不一定是舞会了哈。那这个 party 呢几乎已经结束了，所以他非常后悔 regret 后面加一个动名词，表示后悔这件事情发生了。他后悔 fighting with， 他很后悔跟这个计程车司机吵架。然后呢，他学到了一个重要的 lesson， 就是要 keep my anger in check， 就是要控制自己的愤怒。
Not a very plausible story, but a good lesson. And